Can someone put hi YouTube into the chat so I can say it and not feel so weird about it? Everyone say hi YouTube. Makes it less awkward for me. Hi YouTube! Okay. So this is game 2 of the match. I lost again. It was awesome. I definitely didn't mess up another winning position. Why would I do that? That doesn't make any sense. I had white. Same time control. Game 90, 30-second increment. No, the first match is on YouTube already. So if you didn't see that, you can go watch the first one, the first game. And I'm gonna put this one on there too. And the next two. The thumbnail is the best part. So, anyway, I don't know. It's just like really, really complicated games where, I don't know. We'll get into it. Okay, so I was white. I played e4. He played the ret. He likes the Philidor. I played this weird move order because, I don't know, just trying to mix it up. So he was also trying to mix it up. He also said that he wasn't like, he really didn't want to play this, even though I had no intention of playing g4, since I haven't looked at it in a long time and I don't remember any, like, really anything. I prepped g4 for him for our last match, and I won that match actually by 1 game or something. This match I have to win the rest of my games in order to tie, so that's awesome. But I had no intention of playing g4. I was just gonna play normal moves. How does g4 work? Well, if he takes it, play rook g1, and like he has a few moves here. He usually just goes back, I think, and the idea is that it's very awkward for him to develop and castle into this, and there's tons of tricks. So, but I figured I didn't have to really sack a pawn to be up in development against ret. Just kidding. Okay, not g4. So he took because he wanted to mix it up as well and played g6. I was pretty happy to see because I just feel like I'm gonna get him. Like, I was excited for a nice attacking game. I put my bishop on c4 because that's where it goes. This is rated. This is rated chess. Castle. I might play bishop g5. Plays h6, bishop h4. And I was expecting g5 to try and discourage f4. But instead of discouraging f4, he encouraged it by making this f-pawn even weaker. So now, of course, I'm going to play f4, of course. And he plays c6. Trying to figure out what's going on here. I thought c6 was weird, but I didn't think it was losing. What is idea? What is idea? e5? Okay, so yeah, just open the position up. Here, let me not have so many lines going, because maybe the computer's just a little, yeah, the eval's going down now. Yeah, it looks bad. I played queen to d3 because it's a blunder because I missed that. It's a fine move. But I played this in anticipation of b5 because I thought I could do some sort of thematic sack here, and I thought it would be really, really gross for him to have to defend. So he plays b5 and I take it. I think it's better to take... Oh yeah, there was this weird thing we looked at. I didn't look at bishop f7, but because this is a tactic a lot of the time in the Philidor. Normally my queen comes here after. I guess the idea is you just play e5. It's sort of the same thing, except... Whoopsie doopsie. This is what it wants me to do. And he has to go back, I guess. It's awful. And then I get 95 check, and it's even better this time, so... I didn't miss this idea. My sack is still good, actually. Still much better here. Thanks for the 100 bits, Greta. It's not a sus sack. It's just not. The reason it's a question mark is because the sack is better. This is a good sack. It's thematic. And I take with the knight. He thought for 45 minutes here. Because find a move that doesn't lose. He thought for 45 minutes and found the best move. And he didn't even realize that he did. It just kind of like worked out for him. As like I took a break. Like I walked around, looked out the window, sat on the couch for a while. I had a snack. Because I knew he would find like some sort of weird defense because he's good at that. But I couldn't find it. I'll give the chat like 5 minutes actually, at least, to come up with a move here. Don't cheat. It's not sus, it's just good. But it's complicated and I have to play perfectly. Which I did for a while, but at one point don't cheat. Use your little brain. So I'll point out a few things. So here are the threats. This is a threat. This is a threat. Sometimes bishop f6 and then queen d5 is a threat. It's just awful. He has absolutely no development. It's ret. I used my brain and it told me to cheat. Just go bishop to e6. Well, I don't think bishop e6 is very good, because I mean I just take it and then I play e5 and then what are you doing? Just take. I mean, if you take with the rook, then you can't even recapture once because your queen's hanging. And if you take with the pawn, like, this is horrendous. Oh yeah, that was another thing I needed to point out. Another little threat when I play e5 is that g6 is actually hanging because of this pin. And that's another thing he has to watch out for, so. It's, yeah. But he found it. And then he found another, like, only move. That's stupid. My opponent wouldn't find e5. If your opponent sacked on b5, they'll find e5 because that's like the whole idea. It's the whole reason for doing this. I thought for 45 minutes and forgot it was my turn to move. I'll give a few more minutes. See, g5 is in question. G5. I mean, okay, so I take it, I guess? What's your idea? I don't have one. Okay, don't just say moves. Okay, some people have said it. I'm not sure if we know the idea behind it if we're just saying moves, so. Okay, so bishop a6 is the best move. And just a simple idea is if I take, he takes here. And you know, I can't take with the queen either. So I can't do that. I'm still winning, and I play e5 because it's the best move, and this is still a thing. If he doesn't want to lose a piece, he has to take. I trade the queens, play f takes e, and now find another only move. It's not super hard to see, but it looks like it tactically fails, but it doesn't. What the fuck is this now? It's the idea is to defend the threat and attack at the same time. It's not h5. g5 attacks and defends at the same time, but I take. And I got 2 pieces, you got 1, and now you're gonna die. So not g5. Someone said it. Rook d4. Okay. Say I take. You're taking here. Take. And I don't know. This looks pretty bad for black because I mean you're just completely lost. They don't really. What's the idea? Thanks for the 500 bits, Latin Blonde. Okay, moves rook c8, attacking the bishop and stepping out of the pin. And this looks like it just doesn't work. But there's a move at the end that it gets kind of fucked up. Okay, so here we have a way to. It might be the only winning move. Let me see. I'm pretty sure it's the only winning move. Yeah, I only have one winning move. I played it. Should be pretty easy. It's a puzzle rush. Pause the video here, smile, if you want to figure it out. So we can't take because our bishop is attacked and our knight is attacked. So this is completely lost. What is, yeah, okay. Knight to d6. Well, I think I take on c4 with the rook. I'm attacking here. And if you take, in this position I don't have an extra knight, so I'm not winning here. But okay, the move is bishop f7. Check. King takes, knight to d6. Now where does black put the king? Hi YouTube. King e6 for sure. Well, yeah, I mean, we don't want to just kind of relax into it. We want to play king e6. And now I have one winning move and everything else loses. And I did not play the winning move here. I thought for a long time here too. Well, semi-long time. Okay, some people think takes. Does anyone think bishop takes? No. And then this is an option. So if takes, I play king takes. Now what? You have to sort of, I mean, I think you have to find this idea. It's an important idea. Thanks for the 33 months unlimited rice pudding. So it takes bishop is actually a losing move. Because now takes, and I suppose takes, and I'm up a piece, and this pawn is not going to last very long. And the knight is going to come out and help, and my other rook. So this is actually losing. I played rook takes c8, but yes, let's look at this first, because it is still difficult. Because I saw this, and I looked at takes, and I was like, I don't think I can win that. Rook d1, someone said rook d1, someone said rook fd1. So, rook fd1 is what we need to play here. King to e6. Now what? This is pretty cool. 5? Then I take on g7. And the difference is my rook is not hanging. If the king goes, like, d6, then I bring in my other rook, and he's just completely dead, because I'm basically up this many. So, yeah, you gotta see rook e1 at the end here. And then you have to correctly evaluate this. I don't know why that happened, this weird line. b3 looks good to me. d6 check. Yeah, and this is like, what's wrong with this move? It lets the knight out, okay. Rook f1 to play f8, okay. So, yeah, I don't know, I just looked at taking the bishop, and I thought both moves were actually okay. But okay, I take on c8, and I missed a very rep move. What would you play here as black? I think there's two moves. They both make sense and don't make sense at the same time to me. Finally, a double question mark. So okay, if he takes, then I think I take on f6, and he has two things hanging. If he takes on c8, I take on f6, so obviously winning. But he can also just defend this taking move. So we want to move the knight, but where do we move the knight? Looks like they're actually... Oh wow, okay, he did play the best move here. It was saying the other move was best. I don't know, the computer's not on a very high depth, so... Knight e4 or knight d5, someone says. Knight e4, knight d5. If knight to d5, I think I have c4 here. And it's not as bad as it should be. Because if bishop takes, then rook f to c1, I'm defending, and this is probably equal, but gonna be really hard for me to hold. If knight to e4, which is something I looked at, I just attack the knight, and I'm winning here still, so because you have to move your knight. So the other options are knight to e8, knight to d7, and knight to h5. Oh, and knight h7. I mean, and this. I'm kind of giving away that it's not one of these moves. It's not one of these moves. So if he plays knight h5, again, it's not as bad because they play rook f to d1, bishop takes c8, and take on d6, and I might get my rook to the back rank here and tie down his pieces. So I probably won't lose here. I mean, maybe I will, but the two moves that are good are knight e8, knight d7. He played knight d7, which is best. Knight e8 looks just as good to me because it's the same idea. It's just like knight d6 maybe. If he takes, I just take here. So he takes e1. This is like almost very similar to what happened in the game. I mean, I'm just losing here. I'm just prolonging stuff, but yeah, he played knight d7. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm losing. Pretty obvious, yeah. And every move almost works. I almost played rook a to d1, and maybe this was a better try actually, because he said he was gonna take here, which I thought was losing almost. Or at least I get a perpetual, I think. Because the knight can't move at all. And can pick up these pawns at some point, get my knight out. This is probably equal. But the problem with this move and the problem with this move is that he doesn't take the knight, because that would be even worse. This would be losing. G3, king 4. I think he's just gonna get mated eventually. F7, or just pick up a piece. So he can't do that. The really sad part is that he just takes the pawn, just plays bishop e5, and it's over because there's just nothing I can do. So I can't play rook to d1, either rook. Maybe I should have, because he was low on time. Maybe he wouldn't have taken on e5, but I thought, I don't know. Rook f6 I thought like was interesting and almost worked, because if he takes this way, then, you know, maybe I go here. Just the problem is he's always going to have g5, or he just takes with the bishop. This g5 move is what fucks everything up, because I can't get my knight up. This was game 90 with a 30-second increment. It's another 5-hour game. So my knight's just trapped now, and my rook is still hanging. So I opted to play bishop to f6, and it's, you know, dubious. But now this is just losing. Like, there's not really anything I can do. There's like a one-move ridiculous blunder that I don't know. I feel like I could have just spent more time on taking on f6. I don't know. I just wasn't sure about this position. I'm losing here, but I don't take. I do this, obviously, and I take. I probably could have found that if I had taken more time. I don't know. But no, that game was sad, because I don't regret sacking material. It just makes it very difficult for me, because I have to find a remove to win. Yeah, this is all my games with Rhett. It's like the way he plays annoys me so much that I sack material. Ugh, God, bishop a6. So annoying.